I had so much trouble getting used to the education system here in Russia, to the point where I dropped out of pharmacy school. That's a story for another day. But someone asked, how do you pass exams in Russian universities? Here is some information I have gathered throughout my stay in Russia. Keep in mind that I've been in Russia from December 2021 till date. Today is the 13th of June 2025. So I've had my fair share. Okay? The first thing you have to take note of is understanding the academic system in Russia. It will differ from your hometown, your home country. It will require effective preparation, and you would have to adapt to the exam formats that are used here in Russia. And to tell you the truth, they are different. They are different. So I'll take you through some points, and at number one we have to understand the exam types and the grading system for your particular university. So let's look at the types of assessments. So we have the exams, which are usually held at the end of each semester, and that's in the first semester and in the second semester. Tests can be pass, fail, or graded, and they're graded during the semester. So in the middle of the semester you'll be having tests. Please do not ignore them. Do every test, do every quiz. This will lead up to like the marks going into the exam. The grading system here in Russia is different from where I'm from. So a 5 is considered an excellent, a 4 a good, a 3 is a satisfactory, and a 2 is a fail. And passing usually requires at least a 3, a satisfactory. If you get anything lower than that, you will have to rewrite. Now you have 2 chances to rewrite an exam or a course. Now if you fail these chances, you will be expelled. I talked about the preparatory faculty in another video, and in that preparatory faculty you'll be required to learn the Russian language, and this is like an entrance exam. At the end of learning you have an entrance exam to your course. That's if you'll be studying in Russian language or Russian medium. Now during this course there is another part where you're studying math, science, and physics, if I'm not mistaken, physics. It's called the United States exam. So you'll be studying these particular subjects in Russian, but it's not mandatory. It depends on the course you're going into and the university you'll be attending. Now the final exams are usually written or given orally, or both. So keep that in mind. Now I'm going to give you a strategy that has worked for me in my first semester and also in my second semester. I'm writing exams now, like I'm in my second semester writing exams now. So the first strategy you're going to do is attend all your lectures. Don't miss any of your lectures, don't miss any of your seminars, because most of the lectures, most of the seminars, just for attending you get a mark. Stay with me. Now keep in mind that attendance is mandatory, and you skipping a lecture, you skipping a class, you must have give information to your teacher saying, okay, this is why I missed class. If you have a sick note or anything, just make sure you gather your sick notes. Gather those sick notes as evidence and give your teacher saying, I was sick. Help me, help me, help me. I was sick. Don't penalize me. Don't penalize me. I was sick. So the other tip, this is for students who are going to be studying in the Russian language. That means you're in the Russian medium. Go for an extra Russian course just to improve your Russian, because the minimum requirement for your Russian language is a B1. So this will help you in explaining during exams. Your language proficiency is very cardinal, even in understanding what you're learning, understanding what you're studying. So do well to study more, improve your Russian skills. I made a video about how I gained confidence in speaking Russian language. You can check it out. The other point is to review lecture notes and textbooks. During your tests within the semester, I'm telling you, that's where all the leakage is. Just go through it. That's where they get all the questions from. All the questions will come from your lecture notes, all the questions will come from the textbooks, especially the one that your teacher recommends. If she or he says, this is the textbook, be made assured this is the textbook. And some teachers will actually give you a list of questions to go through in preparation for your exam, or a demo test which you can solve before the exam, so that you're well prepared for the exam and you're not clueless about what's coming. Another tip is to really practice final exam past papers. Now, where to get them from is the issue, because I also don't know. This would depend on the university you're going to, really, on where to find. You can find past papers, but usually asking your seniors and the like, if maybe they took some pictures and maybe they just have these past papers, would be so helpful for you. The other way to succeed is to form study groups. This would help you, just encourage you to study, because on your own, getting yourself up from that bed or encouraging yourself to study on your own might be hard. So find yourself a community, a group of students, a group of friends who would push you to study. Push your ears, pull your ears. Natasha, let's go study. You should find such friends, find such students. Okay? Capish? This tip is very important. So in each academic semester, there are consultations, what we call consultations, where there's a day and for an hour or two where your lecturer says, we'll be having a consultation. If you want more marks, if you want to retake a test, you come and do so. So you can go, if you didn't do well in a particular test, you go into this particular test, redo it, and you can improve your grades and scores overall. And this is one thing I took for granted in my first and second semester. In my first year, I took this for granted. I was like, sometimes I wouldn't even know that there's a consultation going on, because most of them were online, and I'm a physical person, girly. Like, take me to the class, not online. Why are you doing these online? So I would miss some consultations, and I think for some of my grades I would have done even much better if I went for the consultations and retaken a test. So I would definitely advise you to go into the consultation, retake a test, get the maximum score if you can. So now, for this particular segment of the video, I'll be taking you through some exam tips. Okay, number one, we have understand the format. Most exams, be it math, be it digital math, there is already a format or for example, if you're coming to my university, there are 6 questions, and in these 6 questions, there maybe three questions will alternate with different topics, but maybe the other 3, they'll remain static. Like, that's exactly how you see them in the exam. Follow these formats. Just go through the module over and over and over again, because they will not surprise you. They will bring the same format things, and if you get acquainted to those questions, you can even get 100% in your final test. So that's one thing. So if your teacher tells you to go to the campus.ru or the site for practice the demo questions and the like, that will help you in the exam. The other point is to manage your time effectively. So when preparing for the exam, review those questions, see how long one question will take you to solve, and if you have to just focus on some specific questions, maybe you're running out of time, just make sure you know that specific question. Even like when you're going into the exam, you know that if this question will come and I will get it correct. Now, going into exam, you should just bring everything that you would need: a pen, pencil, calculator. Don't be caught unprepared. Come with everything you will need. And number 5, use university resources, because that's where the questions will come from. Trust me. So most universities have specific platforms where their students go to practice. They give extra work for each subject, for most subjects in fact. For example, Ruden has a site called 2is. So this is where they write their tests from, they can practice from, they can study from, and the like. So it's called 2is. At Financial University, the site is called campus.ru, where you can practice questions, especially in math and digital math, depending on the course you're taking. Okay, I hope this helps, because to be honest, coming into Russia and having a different experience with the education system back home, coming here, experiencing this, it was really difficult for me to adjust to the system here. But if you just study it carefully, even before coming here, just research more on it, go to Google, there's information everywhere now. So just take the time to research on, your university structure when it comes to their academic system, the sites they use, go to their platform. So for example, for Financial University, I want to take a day where I just go there, study their platform. I've been in this school for a year. There was a course, taking us through how to handle the site. I did take it through, but practicing wasn't that much. I was just, theoretical things. But now I want to sit down and really practice, really know my ins and outs of that website. So yeah, I would advise you do the same, even if you're not in the university yet. If you have the time now, do it now. So that was all for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you in my next one. See you.